context what the state of Israel means for them.
Join the fearless Ireti Bakare-Yusuf on Borderlines every Friday at 4 p.m. on Nigeria Info 99.3 as she dissects the biggest global events and their impact on world peace.
Those who are not familiar with Israel or the war itself would not know much about the group breaking the silence.
No spin, no propaganda, just deep insights and fearless conversations on the geopolitics shaping our world.
People who will call and start telling you about the Bible prophecy about America and everything. See, America is not in the Bible.
There's some people who, yes, they share the ideology of, yes, we and these people, we are equal, but they can't speak up.
Borderlines on Nigeria Info every Friday at 4 p.m. The world is changing. Don't just watch, understand it. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
With all the stories that make the news,
the headlines,
the caption, the breaking news,
details of the stories.
Let's talk about these and more on 99.3.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
I have a dream. I am no Martin Luther King, but I am Olajala Akinloluwa. Fellow citizens, imagine a country with no definite population, a nation where its people don't agree with its ideals. A person, an individual born to no nation seems impossible, huh? Because every nation, regardless of its population, be it over 800 or over 1.4 billion, will have citizens. But citizenship is not geographical. It's about identity, shared beliefs, and patriotism. Obafemi Awolowo once said, Nigeria is not a nation, it's a mere geographical expression. And sadly, these words are still painfully relevant as our shared Nigerian identity is still a far expectation rather than a reality. Awolowo's words were a call to action, to build and create Nigerians, true Nigerians that will be committed to the purpose of creating the nation we all deserve. Decades later, the same thing. This call is still unmet. The scars of the Civil War wounded us deeply and we've still never healed. And although we may have come together to create a country in 1960, the wars that followed it tore apart the fragile unity our independence was supposed to build. And you see, these wars, political, ethnical, social, have wounded us deeply and created a legacy that continues to haunt us. It's not even just about the war itself. It's about how bad governance, corruption, and the failure to meet the promises of unity have intensified our division as a country. Bad governance has continued to intensify and reinforce religious and tribalistic divisions instead of
with all the stories that make the news,
the headlines,
the caption, the breaking news,
details of the stories.
Let's talk about these and more on 99.3.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Borderlines, the only show that takes you beyond borders. In fact, we have been staying literally sort of just on the border because, as you all know, Nigeria is going through its own issues of insecurity, which is not, outside of what's going on beyond our borders, especially the West African countries and the infiltration of foreign terrorist groups who are getting through our borders. My guest, I know you've all been looking forward to it. So have I. It's taken a while for us to book him. But you know what? Life happens and things happen. So we got a message just, a couple of minutes ago, literally, Literally, some bad news. The HM is not available as he is with the presidential delegation to attend the burial of Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi. I regret the huge inconvenience and suggest we postpone to a time more convenient to the Honorable Minister and the production team. We're hoping we get him back next week. He will be on this show. You all trust now. This is Borderlines. It might take us a long time, but we do get our guests eventually. So condolences to Honorable Minister Yusuf Tuga on the passing of Sheikh Dahiru. The Honorable Minister is also from Bauchi, so it's important that he's there. The Sheikh passed yesterday, in the middle of the night, and from what we're hearing, he was very influential. So he has to be buried today, and of course, it's a Muslim burial, so it has to be buried within 24 hours. Sincere apologies to all of you. I know so many, my phone is full. I know so many of you were looking forward to it just as much as I was looking forward to it. We had so many questions for the Honorable Minister, which we were sure he was going to be able to answer, at the very least enlighten us. But alas, he is not here. But the show must go on, as they say. After all, I'm not a broadcast journalist for just like that, and I have been doing this for quite a few years. Indeed, I've been doing Borderlines long enough for you to be able to wake me up in the middle of the night and have any conversation with me about what's going on in the world of geopolitics, or indeed what's going on in our Nigerian insecurity issues. So let's make this open mic, because you will all remember that we had 2 town halls. Yes, indeed, we did. 2 virtual town halls, absolutely brilliant. People loved them. They were insightful. They were educating. They created a lot of awareness. We got data. We got from the religious angle. We got the emotive angle. Indeed, we had the intellectual, academic angle. We even had the diplomatic angle. But we weren't able to answer any of your calls. All of your calls, rather. So I know you all have questions. So I'm going to make this an open mic. Let me tell you, I was on foreign, where is it? I was on SABC. I was on a debate on SABC, that's South African, the national TV station in South Africa. This week, it was a debate to discuss what's going on in Nigeria. And one of the points that I feel that we're not talking about, which I did mention, is the Pan-African angle. If you all remember, Niger immediately said they were closing their borders. Soon as President Trump announced that Nigeria was now designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, which I think happened around the sort of 3rd of November. That should concern us all. The fact that we are now pretty much on our own. President Trump also accused Nigeria of Christians' genocide. Why am I mentioning that? Because the same President Trump accused South Africa of white genocide. You see, when he accused South Africa, African countries were quiet. African leaders kept quiet. I didn't hear a word from ECOWAS. If you did, you please call in. I didn't hear a word from African Union to defend South Africa. South Africans rose up and defended their country. They pushed back on the narrative. Now, it's the turn of Nigeria. Our president is no longer friends, if I may put it like that, with our neighboring countries. So you've got Burkina Faso, you've got Niger, Mali. They're all now out of the ECOWAS. And to make things crazier, this week we saw a coup in Guinea-Bissau. There's a lot for us to be concerned about regarding insecurity in our neighboring countries. Indeed, there's a lot for us to be concerned about, because when your neighbor is not safe, that means you're not safe. We should be even more concerned because we seem to be on our own. What is the message there? I'd like us to talk about that. So I've given you a sort of plethora, different points that you can pick on. That's how I'm going to give you a point, Michael. Perhaps it's something that you heard during the town hall that you wanted to discuss that you weren't able to discuss then. I think I have. You seem to be sending me messages on WhatsApp. Let me read out the number 0201-277-0993 or 0201-465-7190. Or you can also send a message to the WhatsApp, which is 0809-597-5805. Who is sending me a message? Alfred from Suleja is saying it's a leadership issue. They're too selfish. They don't care about the people, just about the votes. Well, what do you think? Perhaps Alfred Akafred, I think Akafred is the name, is right. Let's talk. Call me. Let me have your thoughts. Because we do have a guest that's joining at 5 o'clock. So it'll be too late for us to have this open house at that time. It's I'm getting messages. People are very disappointed that the minister is not with us, but we can still have a show, can't we? We can. So call me. You guys don't want to talk anymore? You don't want to talk because the minister is not here? Let's talk. Let's talk about geopolitical issues. One of the things that, before your calls come in, and I'll be expecting your calls, is hello. You all are waking up now. Hello.
Not him to behead me.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Good afternoon.
My name is Max. I'm calling from Ikoyi.
Okay, Max, go ahead.
Okay. I don't quite understand the topic we're talking about today.
Well, we're talking about insecurity. We're talking about. So we were supposed to have our Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Yusuf Tugay, was going to be our guest. We're going to be talking about Nigeria, the CPC designation, our foreign affairs, the diplomatic, etc., and of course, including the security issues. But he's had to cancel because there's been a bereavement, okay, which he has to attend.
Okay.
So therefore, we're taking it a little bit further. We are talking about the insecurity, and indeed from the Pan-African angle, because we know that there are foreign terrorist groups who are infiltrating Nigeria, and Niger closed their borders to us. We don't know if they've reopened it. Niger closed their borders to Nigeria at the moment. President Trump designated Nigeria as CPC. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sisioge. The truth is, as far as I and a lot of people are concerned, the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern is long overdue. Is long overdue. And Trump did not accuse Nigeria of Christian genocide.
Yes, he did. He did.
He just stated the fact. No, accusation is when you
you can't say he stated. Hold on. He did allege that there was Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. 100%.
Okay, but the truth is, Yeah, but the truth is, it is not an allegation. It is a fact.
Okay, why do you say that?
Obvious.
No, he stated the fact according to you. So why do you say that?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, he stated the fact according to what is actually happening. Nigeria, the Christian genocide in Nigeria has been going on for a long time, and every one of us knows it. In fact, when I hear people talk about, there's no Christian, come on. It's been going on for a long time. This is not something to even be to debate. On your radio here, on your station, there's a Muslim analyst that, one very brilliant guy that has come and said the same fact. This is not something we should be debating about. Christian genocide has been going on in Nigeria for a very long time in the north. And this government, of course...
What do you call Christian genocide, sir? Please, let's have a conversation. Yes, what do you call Christian genocide?
Genocide is defined in the dictionary as the targeting of a certain group or any race or a religion or any, people of a religion, a deliberate targeting of them.
So when you get Muslims, when they also target mosques and Muslims, what do you call that?
Okay, hold on. Were these Muslims being targeted by Christians?
It's not about who's doing the targeting. That is not how how genocide works. I'm sorry.
You see.
I'm sorry. That is not how genocide works.
Let me explain something.
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me my time. Let me explain something to you. Look. You see, it is offensive when I hear this talk about what about the Muslims that have been killed.
Well, it's a question. You made it about religion, and I'm asking you about the other religion.
Let me say something about. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine a group of police pursuing an armed robber. They're trying to kill armed robbers, and in the process, they shot bystanders. Would you say that it was not the armed robbers that the police were targeting? The police were targeting the armed robber, but by mistake they shot the bystander. That doesn't mean that the police were on a rampage to kill everybody.
Okay, so you're saying that Muslims are part of it by mistake?
Yes, completely. The stated definition, the stated aim of ISWAP, of Boko Haram, of the Fulani terrorists.
Hold on.
Eliminate Christians.
Okay, let me ask you. When did Boko Haram say they want to eliminate Christian? You said stated. That means you've heard it said. Where did they say that?
Please, what is the definition of?
No, sir. You said no. It has nothing to do with actually religion. It has nothing. Boko Haram has nothing to do with religion. What is the definition of Boko Haram? Boko Haram literally means that they are against those who are Western educated, and it is those who are Please listen to me. It is those who are Western educated who are actually the ones ruining their north. So if you go back to the genesis of Boko Haram, it had nothing to do with religion. Absolutely nothing. Indeed, they were killing Muslims first. So when we say genocide, yes, sir, you can ask me. You don't have to like it. I am giving you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you aware of a certain imam who was given a national honor? What exactly did the man do?
What did the man do? You tell me. You didn't give me a name. You just said a certain imam. It could be any imam.
The imam hid 300 Christians in his mosque. Because of what? Why did he hide 300 Christians in his mosque? Why was the mosque a safe haven?
Sir, if I may just say, okay,
they were not the target.
Okay.
Let us not debate over this.
Well, we have to. You can't say something is a fact. You can't give me a name. Sorry, sir. You can't give me the name of this imam. You give me the name of.
You are not aware of the
imam
that was given the national honor?
There are several imams. Please, which imam is this?
No. This one. No. This one was given a national honor.
Which imam? Which imam? I don't know. Which one? Well, I wish you could tell us.
Google it. You will see it right there in front of you. Google it. The imam that was awarded a national honor for hiding 300 Christians in his mosque.
And what was going on in which area, by the way?
In the north.
Yeah, but where is the north? The north is not one north. Where in the north?
In any case, Ishioge, I just called to tell you.
Thank you,
that
sir.
Trump was not wrong.
Okay.
Trump was not wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
He rightfully accuse Nigeria of what is going on in Nigeria, and it was us, it was we. It has been a very long-term effort to get America involved, to get the West involved.
Long-term effort by whom? Long-term effort by whom? I'm just asking. Sorry, you're speaking in broad tones. I just want to know. When you say it's been a long-term effort by whom? By the Nigerian government?
By those concerned, by Christians being killed, by people who care about Christians. I personally have taken the matter up before. I have written personally on this matter over 6 years ago to the American government about Christians being killed.
Okay.
My cousin who was traveling to wherever was picked out of a bus. These Fulani people, they gathered, they after they stopped the bus, they asked all the Christians to come out. And all the Muslims, who identify as Muslims, and they shot the Christians on the head. Because okay, it was then, this is about 6 years ago, it was then, in fact, let us not talk about what is clear.
No, let's talk about it. I'm listening to you, sir. My deepest condolences. I'm listening to you.
Every reasonable Nigerian knows that there is a Christian genocide in the north. It does not mean that Muslims are also not being killed. Moderate Muslims, I have Muslim friends.
What is a moderate Muslim, sir?
They too are concerned.
But what is a moderate Muslim?
Moderate Muslims are those who believe that you don't have to kill people to force them into your religion.
And what is a moderate Christian? And what is a moderate Christian?
I don't think there's any Christian extremist. Have you seen a Christian extremist before?
I rest my case. Thank you, sir.
Christian extremist.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now, just to speak upon, my name is Uche.
Go ahead, Uche.
Yeah, just to speak on, based on what is other caller said. Yeah, talking about the agenda of Boko Haram. According to what you said, they are against the Western civilization, Western kind of way of life. They don't want it in their own part of people. So, who are the majority of people that imitate this Western kind of life? Is majority Christian? There are very few Muslims that actually imitate. Go to the north. Sorry,
say that again. There's very few Muslims who are what?
There are very few Muslims who actually, will I say, accept the Western kind of life. So
what is the Western kind of life?
You are the one who said it.
I said education. Please listen to me. Listen very, very carefully. Yeah. There is Boko Haram is against those is Is either you're going to listen to me or you're not. It's not about a way of life.
Okay, now I accept.
Thank
the Western education. It is more of the Christians. How many Muslims are actually following the Western education? How many Muslims? Very few of them.
Excuse me. Sorry, when you say do you have statistics to back this up?
Go to the north now.
No. We're not going to go to the north because you said so. Sir, I am asking you a question. You've just said very few Muslims in Nigeria North have education, Western education. Yes. Do you have data to back up such assertion?
Looking around me and
how far does your eye go?
Looking around me.
How far does your eye go?
Every day we watch the news. We see. We watch what happens over in the north. We see these things every time. So I don't.
Oh dear! Please call back. Nope, I didn't call him out. But if you're going to call me and make a sweeping statement and say because you can see, I'm always curious to know how far your eye can go. Because it's like if I made such a statement and I live on the island, I expect you guys to come and attack me, right? So my producer's in the studio with me. We're going to have a conversation. Benga, you rarely ever hear him. Benga Buriwa. I tell you about my producer all the time. You guys don't have him. What Zainab is excited. Benga and I are going to have a conversation, and I'm still going to pick up your call. How long have we got before our next guest? We have like 25 minutes and stuff. Benga, you've heard these calls and stuff. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, first of all, I would like to say thank you for giving me this platform. A lot of people would know that I operate behind the scenes.
Yes, and it's very Tomash.
This is very familiar turf. I started my broadcast career here more than 10 years ago, so I'm very used to the settings, and it feels like a homecoming.
Absolutely.
Speaking on the radio again. Interesting country we live in, and interesting dynamics in terms of insecurity in the last 2 weeks, most especially, and looking at the geopolitics of it. Nigeria sent a very serious leading delegation. There's Chief of Defense Staff, the Inspector General of Police, the Director of Defense Intelligence, if I'm not mistaken, the National Security Advisor, to meet a congressman. And after that, the National Security Advisor met with Pete Hegseth. And now we formed a joint committee to, iron out things with the Americans. It's safe to say that we're not going to be seeing guns are blazing. We're not going to see any invasion. But having said that, looking at the geopolitics and the discussions you've had this evening, it's really very interesting that we no longer respect the sanctity of life. Life is dependent on what religion you practice. And if you look at the world's major religions, they all condemn killing and stealing and those things. So when other Nigerians are killed, we should be concerned. We shouldn't say, oh, they're killing this Christians and that Christians, just pitting us against each other. And I must say that at the end of the day, heaven helps those who help themselves, as they say, and charity starts at home. If we had paid serious attention to insecurity, we wouldn't have a situation where Donald Trump is coming out to call us a disgraced nation. Nigeria is so convenient to bring up Nicki Minaj and all these people that can't even point out Nigeria on the map as saying these things. They're not really concerned. This is the United States of America that has been providing diplomatic cover for Israel, weapons, and since the Second World War, we haven't seen recorded live-streamed genocide. If you're looking for genocide, look at Gaza. That's what you call a genocide. The Committee of Senior Holocaust and Genocide Scholars have called it a genocide. There's certain thresholds to be held before you can call something genocide. We've seen pogroms in Nigeria. We've seen killings, but not a genocide. A genocide is what happened in Rwanda in 1994. A genocide is what happened in Srebrenica in Bosnia, in Srebrenica in the 1990s. So what we have is not a genocide. So words are very powerful, and we should be very careful. And it's sad that the president of the most powerful nation in the world just throws it around like it's some easy word. Even South Africa, it's so ridiculous. You were on the panel in SABC, and I mean, imagine Donald Trump saying there's a white genocide in that. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard. So the lessons from this is put your house in order. They wouldn't have a reason to, poke nose into your affairs. Look at what's happening in Burkina Faso, for example, Ibrahim Traore, and other progressive African countries like Botswana. You would never hear and Namibia that the United States is calling them a disgraced country and all of that. So we really have work to do.
Do you know what I find curious? What I find perhaps not just curious, most disturbing, and for me, if I may self-reference, since we don't have a guest, we're just having a conversation, most upsetting is that Nigerians are being killed, and yet some are standing on a particular religious pedestal. Number one. Number two is that the first time Nigeria was designated as CPC, most people don't even know this. It was about our blasphemy laws. That blasphemy law is not pro-Christian or pro-Muslim. It's that we should get rid of our blasphemy laws. For one, I certainly subscribe to that, because I can't understand where we have a blasphemy law in a country that is apparently, quote unquote, secular. Even though actually the fact that our constitution starts with "in the name of God" makes the whole secularism an oxymoron, because you can't be a secular country and start with "in the name of God."
Which God?
Exactly. So for me, and as a non-religious person, I often say to people, okay, there's one half that's going on, like the gentleman that called earlier that said, look, and look, sir, my heart goes out to you, and there is nobody, no decent human being will deny that, the trauma of what people are going through, the dastardly acts that's happening in our country, indeed the kidnapping, so we have bandits and all of that stuff. But when people stand on a religious pedestal, I often wonder then who's going to stand up for me, because I don't have a religion, right? So does that mean I don't matter? Benga, in all the months we've been working together, do I even know your religion?
Not at all.
Exactly, because I couldn't care less. What I care about is that you are you. You are Nigerian, you do great work, you make me even better, and you have a wonderful character, right? So I'm going to come back to your calls because we don't have much time. You people should have been calling earlier. Akuku gave you time. Let's do 1 minute. So that's kind of the thing that I find in all of this. President Trump is known. I mean, the same man that woke up this morning, was it yesterday, that said he's going to ban visas for third world countries. Yeah. The man is known for making thoughtless statements.
He's saying South Africa is not going to get an invitation
to the G20 next year.
Every other week there's something
every day.
And that's the person that Christians are looking at all the scandals.
Yeah.
I mean, he shouldn't be your standard. I can never raise my child
to be like Donald
Trump. Up to Donald Trump and say, this is an example of a fine gentleman that you should model your life after.
Exactly.
Not in any way. He has no qualities that I admire as a person.
A president that misuses the oxygen that is bestowed onto him by coming out with methane on the other side, where I can't mention on radio. I mean, it's literally shocking when I hear that. And like I said, as somebody who doesn't have a religion, I would like somebody to call and tell me who's going to speak up.
I mean, you think borderline listeners should have some, I mean, this is not disrespectful,
knowledge,
some level of introspection and knowledge and exposure, looking at the track record.
Absolutely.
Name one country. Benga Akinagbe was here last week, and he said, name one country that the United States government has gone into and that emerged better for it. Just one. We have all day. Just name one. So seeing their track record, seeing how things work, knowing how sensitive this matter is and how Nigeria is ethnically and religiously polarized, you'd think you have foreign bombs and it won't make the issues worse.
I mean, is it making it worse now?
You think
people are even saying it's exacerbating,
and you think that's the best solution, or you think American soldiers are the best in the world? No human rights violations and all of that. You need to dust up your history books and read.
Okay, before I come to your calls, let me quickly read out some messages which I have in front of me. Say, good evening, Cecile Gay. On the mic issue, on the open mic issue, coup d'etat in Guinea-Bissau and Niger Republic's border closure. The coups and border tensions are telling Nigerian government that it must urgently reinforce democracy, tackle corruption and insecurity, and rebuild trust with both its citizens and the neighbors, or risk being the next domino in West Africa's instability. If we fail to put our house in order, we might be in a serious mess. Thank you, Yomi. That's a very informed. I think that's a smart message. Right. Good evening, Sergey. It is an established fact that the North is behind the South when it comes to education. So that still doesn't qualify what my previous.
Yeah, you don't generalize.
Yeah. What my did you know? Oh, I've forgotten her name now. There was a woman who started the first newspaper in the North. Like, you don't hear about that. I've forgotten the name now. A name will come to me and I'll tell you who she is. When it comes to education, the South has over time invested more in Western education than the North. The North has just sent most of their children to the mosques or Quranic schools to learn the Quran. Well, do you realize that learning the Quran means that you can read
and write?
And write. Like, literally. It's like saying those who go to, what's the school that people want to become popes, what you call them, Catholic bishops go to, the seminary. That those who go to seminaries, they're able to read the Bible, that they're not educated. We've got to do better. Try again. And then I'm coming to your calls when I read this. What have I got here? Oops, hold on. This is Jaja. What is the origin of Western civilization? Western civilization is built around Judaism and Christianity. The second religion that Islam hates and hunts its followers to kill. This is a fact. Don't argue it. Well, it's not a fact and I can't argue it. Try me. Don't write to me and say don't argue it. That because you say it's a fact. I can argue it, Jaja. Right? I said this to say Boko Haram, which means war against Western slavery. No, it doesn't. That is a blatant lie.
One other thing I find disturbing is, I mean, we should respect the sanctity of all lives.
Absolutely.
Like I said, all life is important. It's when Muslims are caught in the crossfire, when the attacks are against Muslims. How dare you say that they only targeted moderate Muslims? I think it's very... it's false, and it's a very disturbing trend that I've seen, and we need to stop that.
Thank you.
The terrorists don't go around. The bombs don't ask, "Oh, are you a moderate Muslim or not? Are you an extremist?" It's terrorism. That's the definition of terrorism, and these terrorists do not represent a whole religion. They are fringe members that don't practice the true religion, because Islam does not teach you to go and kill your neighbors, and Christianity too. We remember Anders Breivik, Norwegian Christian mass murderer. He was influenced by a lot of religious texts. He killed over 70 people on the island of Utoya in Norway. No one said and painted the whole Christianity as a violent religion because it was influenced by that. I don't like to cherry pick and play these games. Look at which was it not Judeo-Christian Europe that gassed 6 million Jews in the Second World War?
Absolutely.
Which people were responsible for the first and Second
In fact,
World
the first
War?
Crusade,
Yeah,
the first
crusade.
religious crusade, were Christian crusaders. So we've got to stop doing this.
Iraq, on false claims of weapons of mass destruction, and we're honoring they're going on book tours. There's really no justice in this world.
Indeed, there isn't.
Yeah.
There isn't. Right, I'm going to give you can ask one question, just 1 minute each, because we don't have time. Zainab has already given me that eye. Ma, you're running out of time, she wants to tell me. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Very quickly, Mrs. Oboli, 1 minute.
All right. Thank you for letting your guest wade in on today.
He's not my guest, he's my producer.
Oh, wow.
That's Benga, my producer. My guest was supposed to be the minister. He's had to cancel. Yeah.
All right. Thank God because you see, on borderlines, you need to come clean or you don't even come at all. And that's what you do whenever you come to the studios every Friday. Just this morning, my 13-year-old daughter on her way to school asked me a question that threw me off balance. I couldn't answer because making a case for the Nigerian government, you tend to look like a fool. She said, "Mommy, why is it that the government sees bandits showing themselves and plying their trade freely on TikTok, on social media platforms, and they are doing nothing to stem the tide of banditry?" And I looked at her. I couldn't even... what would you tell a 13-year-old? That the government has failed the country, has failed the students, has failed the children? Just this week, Sisi, my 16-year-old daughter, the eldest now, got an admission in Unijos, and I watched her go to school with bated breath, hoping in my heart of hearts that Nigeria will not happen to her in the course of her studying in Jos.
Thank you. I need you to wrap up.
They had stepped stop to the game by nipping insurgency in the bud, we won't have ourselves speculating.
Okay.
But the mistrust and the distrust we have right now is because of the lacuna. And that is why somebody like President Trump will come and issue a threat on a sovereign state because we have failed in our responsibility.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Oboli. Good evening. Hello. 1 minute, please. We don't have time. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Remy
sir. What's your name? Okay, go ahead.
Remy?
Go ahead, Remy. 1 minute.
Your guest...
He's not my guest. He's my producer. He's joined me for a conversation. Yes.
Yes, he said something that is a bit disturbing to me.
What's that?
He said the blasphemy law is neither pro-Christian or pro-Muslim.
I said
okay,
that.
You said it.
Yes.
But that's not really the fact, because we know who are proponents of that. We know the religion that's proponent of the blasphemy law.
The fact of the... Do you know what blasphemy means?
What it is?
Do you know what blasphemy means?
The law, of course.
No. Do you know what blasphemy? The word to blaspheme. Do you know what it means?
Of course.
What does it mean?
Brother was killed.
No. What does it mean? Pardon?
Was that not why Eunice was killed? Was that not why Deborah was born to death?
Well, that's on the Muslim part. That's on the Sharia part. Hold on. No. Blaspheme. No, but forgive me, please. To blaspheme. Well, that's what I'm saying. We have a blasphemy law which basically says you can't say anything. You can't disregard somebody's God. Yes, of course. It's also as giving birth to Sharia law. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying to blaspheme is actually me saying any kind of thing I want to say about Christianity or any kind of thing I want to say about Islam. Like I would be committing a crime.
Okay. I thought you were saying the blasphemy law wasn't pro-Christian or no pro.
That's the point. Blaspheme. It's not a religion. To blaspheme doesn't mean you can do one or the other. It's like you cannot blaspheme. You say it in church all the time. Don't call the Lord's name in vain. That's blasphemy.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Mrs. Oboli was right. She hit the nail. But let's take this call.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Very quickly, 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I just made the research actually. Twice the population of the Muslims in sub-Saharan Africa are less formally educated than the Christians. So the facts are there. So
no. Do you have your data?
I just checked on Google.
But give me the data now. What's your source?
It's about 65% of the Muslims in the sub-Sahara populated area is less formally educated.
So sub-Sahara populated area. That's not Nigeria. That's not just Nigeria. Is just one country.
Nigeria is part of it. Kenya is there. Nigeria is there, and a few other countries. Nigeria is part of it.
Right. So could you give us a figure for Nigeria, please?
It is part of there now.
But you said sub-Sahara now.
Nigeria is part of that place.
But Nigeria is part of a big sub-Saharan country.
Kenya is number one. Nigeria is number two. I imagine, Nigeria is the biggest in population in African nations. So
Kenya is number one. Okay.
When you check the 65%, imagine the population of Africa.
But if Kenya is number one, that doesn't mean that Nigeria is the largest of the 65%. Right. So what percentage is Nigeria?
They just give a round figure. So we don't have to say let's separate Nigeria, let's separate Africa. In Nigeria, in the South African nations, there are over 15 there.
Okay. Thank you.
Nigeria is in number 2 after Kenya.
Okay, thank you very much. What's your source again? In case people want to go and check. Sorry, tell us your source again.
What did you say?
Your source, in case people want to go and check. A lot of people like to go and read on this.
Just type it as something like just type just type it on Google. That's why I typed it and then came up. Once you type type it as the less formally educated Muslim or Christian in Nigeria to show you.
Thank you. Okay. Benga, I'll come to you soon. Let me just answer these calls. Hello.
Good evening, Sisoge.
Good evening. Maduka, go ahead,
First of all, I want to disagree a little bit. Boko Haram is an ideological group, Muslim ideological group, and their name is not Boko Haram. It's a Muslim name for them. And I can't call them. So that one. But Boko Haram is actually different from bandits.
Yes, they are. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Bandits are purely Fulani agenda. Bandits and whatever they are doing, purely Fulani agenda.
But why do we have to? Let me just ask you, Maduka. Why do we ethnicize these things?
Why?
Why do we ethnicize it? Why do we say purely Fulani agenda?
Because that's what it is. And when we call it by its name, we begin to solve it as a problem. There's no need running away from it.
Are you talking about herdsmen? Are you talking about the herdsmen?
The people who attack the people that attack the herdsmen are not herdsmen. They report to some kind of militia. They come and revenge. Again, let me say this. When, just like you said, you are not religious, if you are complaining of persecution and nobody is listening to you, you're not feeling you are part of the system anymore. As a good father, the federal government and whoever is at the helm at any point in time should be able to listen to the people.
Yes, all Nigerians. Do you mean all Nigerians? Do you mean all Nigerians?
Yes, there are minorities in the north, minorities who are Christians, and they cry for persecution. Nobody listens to them. When the Christians were attacked in Benue, they went to Buhari. He told them, go back and live with your neighbors, and they went back disappointed. This is a father.
Okay, I need you to wrap up, sir. Yeah, because of time. Yes.
Unless our leaders call everything by its name instead of going around, skirting around, we won't be able to continue to. People who have tackled this problem earlier, we won't be in this situation.
Thank you very much, sir.
But we left it because we want to political correct, and that's what brought us here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Right, let me just read out some facts, like they try to say facts. There are 13 Muslim majority states in the country. 13. There are 15 Christian majority states in this country. Are you aware that there are more Christian governors than there are Muslim governors? So when people say these things, so you have places like Adamawa, which is mixed, right? Which is mixed, and then you have kind of Taraba, which is kind of plurality, more sort of Christian leaning.
Plateau State too.
And Taraba, right? You have, let me just even throw this at you, Binga. What would you think Lagos is, religious-wise?
Christian.
Lagos is more Muslim. Lagos, yeah, most people are shocked. You know why? Our three largest local authorities, what do you call them? LGA.
Yes.
I can still use the British term. LGAs are Muslim dominated. So you have Alimosho, Kosofe, and Mushin. They're the largest, which is what drives our religious demography. But you see, I didn't know that as well till this research was done.
Statistics.
So when people say, because I see, my eye can saw.
And then,
go ahead, Benga.
You say there's a genocide, Christian genocide. We're not disputing the fact that there have been attacks against Christians and Christians have died. We have a security problem in Nigeria, and that was what Mrs. Oboli was saying. If we've dealt decisively with it, this sort of embarrassment would not have happened. Having said that, if you go to Muslim states every Sunday, churches are not closed. Let's go to Kano, for example, the largest city in northern Nigeria. Go to the Sabongari area. You would see hordes, massive Christians. If they were persecuted, they would have made their way to the south. No one is going to do business in the north. They wouldn't even spend the next week there. But even in the midst of all of this, they're still there. No one is harassing them from going about their day-to-day duties. So I don't understand where this, manufactured outrage is coming from. We should be outraged, rightfully at the government for not dealing with insecurity, for not protecting all Nigerians, regardless of religious creed.
For not protecting us. You know, we one of the other things is that we talk about IDP camps. When we talk about IDPs, we tend to talk about Benue, Plateau. And the stats is that 40-something villages have been, how should I say, emptied, displaced in Benue. Does anybody know how many villages have been displaced in Zamfara? Over 400. Over 400. And so this is why I say, when people want to divide, I see President Trump as no better than our leaders who use religion and ethnicity to divide us when they need our votes. And incidentally, we fall for it. Right?
Yes, and we're playing into the geopolitics of it. It's a solid distraction tactics against his own domestic issues and also the genocide which they're sponsoring in Gaza. And also the Jewish lobby is very happy to take away heat from Nigeria. Look, I'm committing this crime. It's bad. The whole world is pointing fingers at me for what I did to Gaza. But wow, look over there.
Have to go.
They're persecuting Christians in Nigeria. So
thank you, Greta.
Here's the gist. New Good Mama detergent delivers express cleaning and fragrance boosters for extra freshness. All in a freshening pack made for your upgrade. Try it today.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.